If you are a leader of leaders, consider this. 80% of strategic initiatives fail even though we spend over $30 billion a year on strategic plans. Why is execution so much more difficult than strategy? Because the enormous amount of time required to maintain any operation, the day job, what we call the whirlwind, dominates the energy you need to execute on new strategic objectives. I mean, if people just understood how important the strategy is, they'd do it, right? Your strategic objectives might be critically important, but in the moment, they will rarely feel as urgent as the whirlwind. The trick with execution is not executing a strategic plan. It's the ability to execute that plan in the middle of a 100-mile-an-hour whirlwind. This becomes especially challenging when key elements of your plan require large groups of people to change their behavior to achieve a different result. Great execution starts by reducing complexity. From decades of research, we know that strategy breaks into three basic execution categories. First is stroke of the pen. These elements of your plan require money or leadership authority. They require your signing authority to execute. Need a new hire, software upgrade, policy change. These moves will happen because you said so. Second is the whirlwind or the day job. Managing the whirlwind is a vital part of your leadership role. It includes every metric you must meet: financial, operational, people, and customer, to keep your doors open. Now, you will inevitably have critical aspects of your plan that can't be achieved through stroke of the pen, nor will they be accomplished as part of the whirlwind. This brings us to the third category: breakthrough results. It is reserved for those elements of your strategy that require disproportionate energy to achieve. For example, reduce inventory shrink by 15 million, increase customer satisfaction by 12%, reduce plant shutdowns by 20%. A breakthrough result is challenging because it requires large groups of people across multiple levels of an organization to do things differently, which is precisely why they need disproportionate energy and special attention to achieve. We know how difficult it is to change our own behavior. The challenge of changing behavior at scale can be brutal. Here's the bad news. The whirlwind and the breakthrough results, they don't get along. They're both necessary, but they compete for time, energy, and attention, and unfortunately, the whirlwind usually suffocates the energy required to produce the breakthrough. Here's the good news. This is where the 4 disciplines of execution system lives. The principles behind the disciplines allow you to do your hardest job, to execute a critical breakthrough result in the face of competing distractions. Over 20 years in the making, the 40X system delivers simplicity and transparency, the 2 best friends of execution. James Clear says, "We don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems." Just as an aircraft relies on the principles of weight, lift, drag, and thrust for liftoff, the 40X system relies on 4 principles to achieve a breakthrough result: focus, leverage, engagement, and accountability. It starts with FranklinCovey experts asking key executives to define a breakthrough result, which creates strategic focus. This is not your typical strategic planning. Rather, it's a customized process that yields key targets with starting lines, finish lines, and deadlines. Next, 40X activates the front line to leverage everyone's collective energy toward the breakthrough result. In over 4,000 implementations with our clients, we've applied this proven process that combines top-down strategic direction with bottom-up lead measures designed by the frontline teams. Everyone gets a voice in achieving a breakthrough result. Next, it creates organizational transparency with a scalable platform that engages everyone in a winnable game. Team members hold weekly accountability sessions, make commitments, update their scoreboards, and see they're winning. Leaders get a simple, transparent way to clear the path for teams to make progress on the breakthrough result. Finally, the system tracks execution progress. Our execution performance score, or XPS, measures the amount of energy you're expending on your breakthrough result. As teams engage with their scoreboards, the XPS tracks progress pace in real time, showing which teams are on track, off track, or just inconsistent. When implemented fully, the 4 disciplines of execution system gives leaders and frontline teams the capacity to rise to and even exceed their most important breakthrough results.